we're recording. Welcome back
Yay.
to Oops All Opinions, episode 19. I'm relaxed. That's that one chick. And if they have an opinion, what can they do with it?
Well, if it's the same as ours, you can let us know. If it's different from ours, you can argue with yourselves.
Absolutely. Okay, so to kick us off, I want to give an update on the podcast.
Mhm.
So we were doing weekly episodes. That is tricky. We are also full grown adults who have very busy lives. So we are going to be rolling forward to doing every other week. I'm still setting up when the release date will be for the week for the bi weekly episodes, but just know that these gaps are going to be intentional going forward. But you should see us
Yes.
with a set schedule on streaming and then release dates.
Mhm.
So,
A
um,
good change.
a good change.
Less chaotic.
And also doing the intro at the jump just so people know what they're getting into. I did have a
Mhm.
talking point that I was going to ask you. So before we get into it, we're also going to try to fit in more stories in our hour time frame. So we're going to shorten our little start
Yeah.
thing. But is there anything that you do that you feel like, have you heard of like romanticizing your life? Have you heard of doing that?
I have. Um, when I take walks,
Mm,
in my mind, I live in a forest in the woods.
yeah.
So when I go on walks, I'm like, I take my little tote bag because I'm just a girl in the woods going into town, or or that's something I actively do to romanticize that part. Like yesterday I walked to a restaurant that's around a park that I live next to, and because I was going through the park, I took my tote bag with me. It had like two things in it, but it didn't matter. Um that is something I actively do,
Mm-hmm.
working on. You?
Um, I think mine would have to be like the journaling or like in the mornings when I'm making my coffee is my favorite part of my day. I
Mm.
that's sometimes the thing I look forward to the night before being like I can't wait to have a cup of coffee in the morning. And so kind of thinking of like the intention as you're like stirring your coffee of like what do I want today to
Yeah.
bring and just like really thinking through that has just kind of made a little something special even more special.
Yeah. That, and anytime I see an animal outside, I always say hi to it.
Mhm.
You and I, when we were on our trip, we would thank the water before we left, like
Yep.
that sort of thing. But that's something I think I've always done, and I think
Yeah.
we both just naturally
Mhm.
did it together. So yeah, I think things before I leave them, and like live things. So like water, the earth, animals, things like that.
I think like so that's something that I don't know when it became a habit of saying that to my house. Like bye house.
Hmm.
Like
My house,
Sam and I
yeah.
will both do it or be like hi house and like taking
Hmm.
the time when we moved from our last home that we had bought was thanking it. Like I think just taking the time, like
Mm,
I love the gratitude portion of it. Like I don't know, it's
yeah.
just a really fun, easy thing to do that thanking the trees, you know?
Yes. I think the tree. I think my car. I
Yeah.
think of it as a living object.
Yeah,
So
100%.
yeah, I do that, and I did notice when we were together that we both did it just kind of like not because the other one did it.
Nope.
We
It
both
was just
just
a thing
naturally.
saying bye to our room.
It's
Thanks,
just something
room.
we were doing.
We had a lot of
Thanks, room.
fun.
Bye, room.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was just something, just a natural thing to do.
Just naturally doing it. Hmm.
Okay. Do you want to tell them what our topic is and how we got here?
Sure can. Today's topic, which was chosen by voters in Spotify. Again, we think it's other places too, but we get the results in one location. So, Spotify is where this one was chosen. You can go vote on the most recent episode, so the next one that comes out, you can vote on, and we go based off of those votes. So the winner of this poll was Blunt People. And we kind of mentioned it. We started this wanting to read stories, and so I think it's easy to talk before, but sometimes that takes up so much time. So I like that we're kind of shedding that back a little bit, getting back into stories, because that's what we started this to giggle and have opinions of people
Yes.
who do ask for it on the internet.
Yep.
I will stand by that. People who put things on Am I the Asshole are asking that for our opinions.
Yes.
So,
Okay. So two
like,
things real quick
we're
before
doing
we
that.
start. I
Hmm.
want to know to you if you think there's a difference between blunt people and direct people and what that is. But also, when we're reading the stories, I want us to end with, was that blunt or is that just direct? Because obviously, me saying that, I think they're different. So, what do you think the difference
I,
is?
I do think there's a difference. I think it's the intention behind why you're saying it. You and I kind of had this conversation today. I am, um, you and I are two very like, this is just something I figured out. We're two like math centered. That's where our degrees were. That's kind of where that is. But I am friends and love very much people who are more English, so English majors, and I found that you and I are more direct.
Mm-hmm.
We we preface a lot before we say something emotional. Again, someone who I love very much, she is a friend. She told me today that she loved me with no context behind it, and you and I were like, we can't do
Do we
that.
need to
We,
call someone?
we can't do that to each other. But she was just saying it. She was just saying hi. So the difference I found is that people like you and I are more direct. People who are blunt, I think it comes with a twinge of not it's not hate, it's not, but emotion. There's more like
It
emotion.
loses the tactfulness that I think directness has.
Yeah.
Is how I would
Yeah.
there's and I'm not meaning that if you are a blunt person and no, actually I'm not going to say that. I don't like blunt people. I've never
I don't
interacted with
either.
someone who's like, "Sorry, I'm just blunt," and been like, "No, that's reasonable." No, you lack
Yep.
tact. You don't think before you speak, and
Mm-hmm.
you don't process how something's going to affect someone.
Yes.
So, I thought it
I
would just
agree.
be fun to kind of go through these and be like, was that because which blend, obviously typing that into Reddit, there was two options.
Lots of smoking.
A
Oh
lot of
yeah,
smoking
lots of
memes.
smoking.
Yeah. So, and also, I'm going to be honest, I picked hee hee ha ha titles that made me laugh. So, I don't
Okay,
know.
I found a few. I was trying to find different types of like they're talking to different people.
Yep. Okay. So, it's an odd number. So, I'm going to go first with this story.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Am I the asshole for bluntly telling my sister I don't care if people think I'm homophobic? First thoughts.
I mean, I okay.
All right. They say bit of a loaded title, I'll admit. But to give some context, I, 22 male, have an older sister, Sky, 26 female. When I was in high school, our mother, 48 female, cheated on our dad, 48 male. There's already too much.
Too
And
many
left
people.
too many people already and left us to be with her boyfriend. When our dad moved on, he wound up dating Frida, 41 female, the mother of Phil, 22 male. My bully. All right. We've got the main
I'm
character.
on
We've got
the
parents
sister.
and sisters and then
Hmm.
stepbrother Phil essentially.
Credential.
Borderline
Perfect.
stepbrother. Who
Okay.
never did anything but make fun of me, and if you know words can really fucking hurt. Okay. I begged him not to be with her. I really, really begged him not to, but he didn't listen. The worst part was having to go with him to their house. My sister is the only one who realized how distraught I was. I had to go And so I left to be with my mother. My dad took that personally, and I thought I was just and was thought I was trying to spite him moving on. I only stayed with my mother until Sky got her own apartment, and I moved in with her as soon as I could. She never cut off contact with our dad, which is fair because she was a lot closer to him than I was, and she never pushed me to go to him or our mother. Like, high school life only got worse after I left my dad, and university has been such a goddamn godsend since everybody here is nice and stuff. My graduation is coming up in April, and I sent early invites to dad and to my mother, just finished applying, but not to the families they have now. Mother accepted, but dad called demanding invites for Frida and Phil. I said no and told me that it to prove to him that I'm not homophobic. What? I said no, and he told me that it to prove to him that I'm not homophobic. I don't know. That caught me off guard. Me too, because I don't know what you're saying. But I didn't back down. Yesterday, I talked to my sister about it, and she told me that because Phil's gay, they've been telling everyone that I don't come over and see him because I'm homophobic. Oh. She told me that she always sticks up for me and defends me, but she wishes I would reconcile with him since it hurts her because people we know probably think the worst of me. I got pissed off and told her in a really rude way not to bother since I don't care if anyone thinks I'm homophobic. She got really sad and told me that she'd never stop defending me, and I just huffed and we didn't really talk the rest of the day. But I've slept on it really bad, and I never should have said that to her since she isn't pushing me for me to reconcile. And she's the only one who defends me, and I know my tone was really mean. I really feel like a major asshole and that I never should have hurt her by saying those things. Hence, why I'm on Reddit instead of studying for finals. We do have an edit, but thoughts so far.
Okay, that's okay. Dak.
Oh, it lagged. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Wild thing for the dad
Yeah, to pull out of his butt.
come back with.
Like, where did that come from?
And that's what they've been telling people?
That's so the edit. Since people keep wondering this, yes, my dad knows I was bullied by Phil, but he doesn't think it was real bullying. And my sister has a good relationship with my dad and his new family, new kids and all. She loves him, and I'm not going to try to force her to choose between us.
That's okay. That's fine. The sister.
I think I understand the story, but in a way that I feel unsettled that I'm not quite. Okay, so I guess question number 1. Do you think he's blunt or direct?
I feel like that was just direct.
Yeah, because what did...
If someone was accusing me of being something that, like, if someone bullied me, so I left, and I just never came back, didn't invite them to things, and someone said, well, you're just not doing that because you're homophobic, I'd be like, oh, okay.
So the part he says he's blunt is because she keeps defending him, and he said, don't bother, I don't care if anyone thinks I'm homophobic. That to me isn't blunt. If he was like, well, yeah, if he was like, I am homophobic.
Yeah, like, that actually is the reason I am homophobic.
But no, I'm just like, you didn't do anything wrong. And Phil seems like a lunatic.
Phil seems like a lunatic. Your dad is in the cult. I don't blame you or your sister. I mean, I think those two are just doing their best.
Yeah.
But I don't think that was blunt. I think
no,
that was just saying how he felt.
Yeah, it was just factual. It was just to the point of, I don't care if people think I'm homophobic.
Yeah. Yeah, no need to don't keep sticking up for me because it's not true. You're sticking up for nothing.
Yeah.
It's not true. And what a wild
The title makes sense after read the story from the person, because I'm like, what a crazy thing to say. Not the asshole overall vote. I agree. Also, not blunt.
No, not blunt.
Hilarious.
Almost not even direct, but Like, even barely direct.
I agree.
Not blunt, and barely direct. You were just, that was just a reaction to something that you just found out is being said about you.
You're just like, I don't
What
care.
a wild thing.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about defending
honestly,
me. Who
that
cares?
Who cares?
I can't wait for you to hear the other titles. Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
Your turn.
Okay. I had grabbed a few, so I need to Okay. We'll do this one. Am I the asshole for being blunt with my 21 male friend, 21 female? First of all, don't put those in the titles. That's
Yeah,
for the story.
literally.
Just kidding. When she dumped her boyfriend of 3 years for a guy she just met.
All right. Hey guys, these titles, these are not titles. I know you haven't, like, you're not a big Office person, but there's one where he's like, headline, Dunder Mifflin saves the day, Michael Scott, great leader. And like, that's what these titles are. Why are they so long?
Well, and I know it's too, I'm so sorry. I have a frog in my throat, apparently. I know that it's to get us in and you're going to tell us more things, but this thing is so long. Am I the asshole for being blunt with my friend when she dumped her boyfriend of 3 years for a guy she just met? And though, so I guess.
Yeah, no, true.
I guess. Okay, so my 21 male friend, 21 female, was dating this guy, 21 male. Just say everyone's 21. Those ones piss me off. They're all the same age. Ever since she started school, we're seniors, she never had any issues with him outside of her getting restless about settling down and wanting to explore more. And she said that he didn't display any character flaws that made her dislike him or cause issues in the relationship. Well, she met a new guy over Christmas break who she was really infatuated with. A couple days later, she dumped her friend on their 3-year anniversary for the guy she just met, after already making plans for the date. She said her ex was completely blindsided, for my opinion, and I said that I thought they were both better off. She asked why I thought he was, and I told her that with everything I knew about him, he deserved someone loyal that loved him enough to overlook passing infatuations, and that it wasn't her. She took this as a criticism and said that you can't control attraction and that she's trying to focus on loving herself. I kind of think these are ridiculous excuses, but made it clear that I'm not judging and just saying that it's better for him that she leave now than after they move in together. They had planned to in a couple months. My girlfriend, 22 female, said she wouldn't have been so blunt with something that wasn't her business, but I've never been one to bullshit my friends, and I was asked for my opinion without offering it.
That one's tricky.
Okay, then they did a TLDR, but it's the same thing. I said that my friend's ex was better off without her because she left him for someone she just met out of the blue. Didn't mean to sound judgy, but I think she took it that way. Am I the asshole?
Okay, your too long didn't read was too long.
Too long.
That one's tricky because I don't think she's a blunt person, but what she said was teetering on pretty blunt. Well, he's better off without you. He needs someone that doesn't do that to him.
Well, this is also, does it change your mind if I remind you it was a man?
Oh.
OP.
Oh.
It didn't change my mind.
Oh, that's direct then.
Yeah. I agree.
Because men are tricky with, okay, and I hate to fall into this, but men don't typically get called direct. They just don't. That's just how it is. A woman does get called direct more often because I don't really hear men say, oh, I'm described as direct. I'm just a direct person. That's not as typically labeled. I feel like that's more of a, I could be wrong. From what I've experienced, that does change it. I don't think it's blunt anymore. I think that's just more of a direct conversation from a guy to his friend.
I do too. And she asked for it.
Yeah.
Not in that phrase is bad a lot of the time. But she asked sorry. She asked for the opinion, and he didn't say that, like, when he said that you both are better off.
Yeah.
If that's something you need to do, then you're better off breaking up, and he is better off
Yeah.
without someone who's going to do that. And I don't think that either of those are wrong.
Yeah. And also,
I think that was just answering it.
you can help attraction. It's okay to find someone to be a cutie patootie, but you don't just jump relationships at the next cutie patootie you see, because that will fade.
Yes. There are a couple edits on there.
Okay, love it.
Number one, she'd say stuff about having doubts, like maybe once or twice a year, and then it would go away fairly quickly. And two, I supported them breaking up for the reasons I expressed, that they clearly wanted different things, and that she'd had her whole faith in her relationship rocked by meeting someone new. I meant you're both better off as support. It wasn't meant discouragingly. I genuinely felt that he would be better off for the reasons I gave her, so when she asked, I said as much. I feel like those edits are pretty clear. But also, like, I know that we talk about how women generally are out of the relationship before it's known to maybe even everyone else. But I do think that I've just experienced recently of people doing this. And I think that it's interesting breaking up a relationship with someone you've just met. And
Yeah. I think the friend does not like that man or does not want to be in a committed relationship. She might be poly. I don't know. She is not destined to be in that monogamous relationship or like that man.
no,
It
well,
could be
and
specific to him.
yeah. Well, and she's young.
Hmm.
Sorry, she's young, and she had said that she wasn't sure about settling down. So this actually is, I think OP just said like what everyone
Yeah.
should say.
Yeah.
This is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's fine. And I do just think it's direct. I don't think it's blunt.
No. Yeah, I went into it thinking that we had a nice blunt lesbian couple, and I loved that.
Yeah.
A little
me too.
disappointed,
But honestly, if it was the other way, I still don't think that it was blunt because it was asked for. The opinion was,
Yeah.
and it wasn't like, well, yeah, he's better off. It was like you both are. You're both like,
yeah. No, I guess I got stuck on the thinking that he said, "Oh, he's better off." Like, I forgot about you're both better off because yeah, that's not blunt. That's just like, oh yeah, you're both like your friend shouldn't just feed
It
in to
wasn't
be
for
like
you.
you're better off, but he's not.
Yeah, I hope he's having a terrible time. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's like you both are. It's good for both of you.
I assume overall vote not the asshole.
Overall was not the asshole. Honestly, not even a lot of people disagree at all. This one just says not the asshole. Truth hurts.
Yeah.
So
100%.
Yeah.
Okay. So this one, it's a short, sweet. I couldn't pass up the title. Okay.
okay.
These titles got me. Am I the asshole for telling my current girlfriend that my ex-girlfriend was much hotter? Hey, before you really think about this, his first sentence is, I am an honest guy. Does that make you feel better?
Oh, shut. No, that actually pissed me off.
Hey, he's just an honest guy.
That honestly,
That's
that
blunt.
Rage tears to my eyes.
That's
That
the
pissed me
blunt
off.
person. That's their go-to phrase. That's their catchphrase. I'm just honest.
Yep. Just honest. Ew. Yuck. No.
I had to, though. Okay?
Please. Actually, I love this, but
Okay. He has 3 short sentences back to back. I'm an honest guy. I always tell the truth. I believe in honesty. Yesterday, my girlfriend asked in a row. It was 3 sentences. I am an honest guy. Period. I always tell the truth. Period. I believe in honesty. Period.
He might as well also say that he's just a nice guy that gets friend zoned.
Women just don't like nice guys.
Women just don't like nice guys.
So, yesterday my girlfriend asked if I thought she was attractive like my ex-girlfriend. Hey, pause. Don't fucking do that to yourself. There's no answer. If he says yes, oh, so you think she's really attractive still. Or if you say no, you don't win. And there's no answer that's good.
No, okay, so what was her question exactly?
If I thought she
Or, like,
was
what-
attractive like my ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, no, that's
That's a
no.
trap. That's entrapment.
Call the police.
Call the police. You've been entrapped.
It's you don't want to be the one. Okay, so what would happen if that was asked to you? What's the way to get out of that without being an asshole?
I would just be like, hey, why are you doing this? I mean, truthfully, like, I guess, or even, here's the directiveness. Why are you asking me that? Like, what outcome do you want?
Mm-hmm. It's like, at that point, it's like, I think you're the hottest person. That's why I'm with you.
I don't feel like my attraction to the ex is relevant. I'm not
No.
with them.
Yes.
There's no winning.
Love has a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
You know, I just don't know what would happen if I have a partner that asks me that. That's so, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I would say. There's no way to
See,
to
yeah.
to say that without. I
That's
don't
the
know.
therapy talk in me where I'm going to put it back on you to figure out your own problem. Why are you asking me that question? What
Yeah.
intentions
Well,
do you
like-
have with asking this?
Or it's like immediately being like, would you like me to tell you more often how attractive I find you? Because I will do that. If you're looking for, if I don't say it enough, you know what I mean? Like, immediately do that, but not this. There's, okay, I already hate this guy, but
girl, you
also-
need, also, he's clearly not nice to her. That she needs his
No.
validation. Not that you
No.
owe someone validation. They need to figure out how to validate their own feelings. But you know what I'm saying. She asked if I thought she was attractive like my ex-girlfriend. I told her she was not because she's not. I told her she was cute and smart. My ex-girlfriend is very attractive. She was way too hot for me. She was also crazy, like insane. My girlfriend knows all this. In all honesty, my current girlfriend is not what most would find attractive, but I think she's cute. I'm just aggravated that she would even ask. She knows how honest I am, and she must know that she's nowhere near my ex's level look-wise. These are just the facts. She's smarter, though, and I love her. Anyways, she's upset now and probably stalking me ex on social media and feeling bad about herself. Edit. We are both 27. We've been together for 1 year. I would never come out and say that to her for no reason. She asked, and she knows how blunt I am. I'm sorry I skipped to the edit, but I couldn't imagine he was going to provide anything that was helpful.
no. No. What? Hey, remember the beginning of the story when we said, there's no good answer. There is a bad one, and it's what the fuck he just did. Yeah, hey, that's a bad answer. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're cute, but she was hot.
She's
dude.
so hot. She was so hot.
She's so hot, and you're not. And actually, you're not even conventionally hot.
Yeah, no one would even find you
What?
hot, but you're really cute. Does that make you
But I
feel
think
good?
you're cute.
Hey, if you're talking about how sexy and hot your ex is, and then to say, here's the thing: women can be cute. Love being called cute. I'm in the cute category. But if someone then talks about how hot someone else is, you're cute feels like you just kicked me in my nose. That hurt a
you'd rather
lot.
You'd rather me have all the clothes I own on my body and never see it.
Yep.
Like, I assume they're naked in front of each other and, like, doing deeds, and you're not, like, you don't think she's hot? And she doesn't feel that way because you don't tell her.
Hey,
Oh, no.
she asked, all right? Because he's fighting for his life in the comments because people are like, you're the asshole. Yes, it is always assholeless to compare your current significant other to your ex. She started out asked, though. I never would have said it otherwise. You didn't have to say it like that.
No.
Someone could say, hey, am I ugly? You don't just go, yeah.
Yeah, actually, I think you are. You want me to compare you to my ex-girlfriend while I'm at it? She was hot.
What would he feel if she did that? Like, compared something of him to her ex? Oh, he was so much better than this, like, than you are.
So hot. Yeah. I need her to get on the podcast right now. And we need to go over things that she needs to bring up that are better. Her ex was better than he is. And we're going to make her... No. She should tell him all of those things.
Yep.
Because he also seems so insecure.
Yes.
And the whole, like, she was too hot for me.
Yeah. Also, 27 to be acting like that, crazy. You are almost 30. And you've only been together for a year. It's not too late to get out.
Break up.
Go figure out why Go figure out the confidence that you need. So you're not asking questions like that to hurt your own feelings. Because from the person asking, what outcome do you want? Do you want him to be like, no, you're so much better looking? Because there's a reason you're asking. And likely there is a chance that you are going to get your feelings hurt. So don't do it.
Yeah. Well, okay, here's the thing. If this is how he talks, if he's just always an honest person, a blunt person, then I think she kind of wanted him to lie.
Yeah.
To her.
Yeah, and also him saying she was also crazy, insane. You know she wasn't. She probably just asked for the bare minimum from him.
No. Literally. Yeah. And was he saying that about his current girlfriend?
His ex.
Oh, no. He was saying that about the ex. But the whole, like, she's probably online right now looking. Was that about the ex or was that about
That's about the current girlfriend.
So it's like, okay, you're someone who thinks all women are crazy.
Yeah, 100%. So, is he blunt or just direct?
He drove me crazy. He's just an asshole.
I think that's a blunt person, though. I think that's
a blunt person. That's honest. Someone who just says they're... I'm kind of glad that he did start that way because you are exactly right. That is their go-to.
I am honest, and I wouldn't have said it if she didn't ask, is what he was saying. And it's like... That does not justify what you did. I think there's a lack of emotional intelligence that comes from being a blunt person, because an emotionally intelligent person is like, okay, how do I like we immediately do. Okay, if I'm asked this, what can I say? Like, how can I navigate this? Whereas he's just like, well, no, you're not. You're actually really not.
And the difference between this guy and the last guy was, even though they were both asked their opinion, it was the last guy, it was very much it was the truth, but in a genuine way. This one was just like, well, yeah, I had to tell her.
Yeah, no, it was like, I don't care if I'm gonna hurt someone's feelings, whereas the last person was even considering, like, was I too harsh to my sister by just being like, don't bother standing up for me, I don't care? And it was only because he said it, he said in a rude way. Whereas this guy's like, well, she asked, I would have said it for no reason. She knows how blunt I am. I hope he trips. I don't know where.
Me too.
But I hope he trips.
Me too. Same. Blunt person, and also definitely, and he was the asshole.
Not the asshole. I'm just kidding, asshole. Sorry.
No, that's okay. Okay. Not the asshole.
No.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my boyfriend his weight is out of control?
Oh my God. If you said it like that, yeah. There's no way to justify saying it in that capacity.
Yes. I I'm so interested in what this is about to be, and you will find out later. Okay. I'm a 28-year-old female. He is a 29-year-old male. So when we got together 5 years ago, he weighed 240 pounds
Oh.
of chub. I already hate this.
Why do you know his weight so clearly?
I already hate this. Already hate this. Nevertheless, we persist. Okay. Despite the weight and poor eating habits, he was extremely active so that weight didn't pile on too much. We moved in a year later. He was moved in When we moved in together, his eating habits became worse and he did nothing but play video games, essentially putting on weight a lot more quickly. I tried to get him to be more active, but failed miserably. I tried putting on workout videos, which I do myself, changed around our diet, tried getting him to go hiking with me, even tried getting him into counseling, thinking maybe his mental state was off. Despite my efforts, nothing worked. I brought up to him that his weight was going to cause health issues and he didn't care. Well, he's now pushing 300 pounds. This is extremely bothersome to me, though I still love him dearly. Because of my failed efforts in the past, I attempted the blunt route. Yesterday, he came home with 3 McChickens, 2 McDoubles, a large fry, a large drink, and a 30-count chicken nuggets all for himself. So I looked at him as he was eating and said, "Your weight is out of control. You need to go on a diet." I realized being as blunt as I was definitely the asshole route to take, but I didn't see myself having any other option. He freaked out on me, said that it was my duty to accept him the way he was, and that if the roles were reversed, he would be expected to love me regardless of my weight. I can't say I argue with that logic because of how today's world is, but given the fact that I am 138 pounds, it does not apply to me. Especially where my largest point I was 180 pounds, and that was me while pregnant. He then stated, "What makes you think I want to spend my life with someone who doesn't accept my flaws?" This is where I feel like an asshole. I snapped back with, "What makes you think I want to spend my life with a man who is going to pass from heart failure in 5 years?" About 5 or so hours later, I start getting texts and Facebook messages from his brother and a few close buddies telling me I was basically scum of the earth for destroying his confidence and calling him out on his weight like that. One even told me I didn't deserve him. I never told anyone my concerns with his weight. That was all him. I would never publicly embarrass him like that. So I guess I just need the clarification here on whether or not I was in fact an asshole.
I will only privately embarrass him. Okay, I have a million thoughts.
Which
Go ahead.
I do too. The whole privately embarrass him, that this whole thing pissed me off, and I'm letting you know right now because I am pissed. Is not the asshole. Is what people said.
Okay, it wasn't even what she said. It was leading up to it that I'm like, you suck. Here's the thing. You can be concerned about someone rapidly gaining weight, which my first question is, how tall is this dude? And what is his build?
Right. Also, is 240 and now he's 300. That is
Yes.
weight that was put on. I thought she was gonna say he gained 150 pounds. 60?
Yeah.
I mean, again, you know what I mean. But 5 years, 60 pounds in 5 years, I do understand. Blah blah blah. It whatever whatever.
Right.
Wait,
But there's
bullshit,
so
bullshit.
many ways to
But
go about that versus just being like, oh, I'm going to put on workout videos right here. Sorry, what? Have you thought about just sitting down and being like, hey, not even bringing up the weight, just being like, hey, I've noticed that you, like, we've stopped doing stuff together. Like, are you okay? Like, we're not really doing some of the activities you
Mhm.
liked so much. Like, he's clearly going through something, but also moving in with your partner, dating, it's normal for weight gain. I'm just going to say that. It is. Everyone that gets into a relationship, you gain a little weight because you're eating out together, you're going on dates, like, but every step she took, even before she said all this stuff, I was already grossed out by her.
I hate her attitude. The way she did it if that's the first, I understand that she was like the weight videos, and I asked him to go on hikes, but instead of sitting down and doing any of that, that's going to be your first interaction about it.
I just think, yeah, because I'm like, putting on the weight loss video is crazy move. I think you could start with like, hey, I'm really feeling like going on a WALK. My dogs are in here. Do you want to go with me? Like doing something like
Yeah.
that, or being like, hey, felt like, but like, also, she is way too involved in weight. Well, he said if it was reversed, but I weigh 138. That's never gonna be a problem. Hey,
Yeah.
could be.
Could be. My friend and I do this thing where we go, hey, if the roles were reversed, would we think that that person was an asshole? And the answer is
Yes.
absolutely yes.
Yeah.
If roles were reversed and if OP was a man and the partner was a woman, would we think that that man is an asshole? And absolutely, it didn't even need to be that.
Yeah.
But if that's what he's talking about, is if
Yeah.
the roles were reversed in that way,
Yeah. Because the
he
weight
would,
weight can be a concern, but you need to be more concerned about his mental health.
yeah. Well, and also, here's the thing. Who's who's cooking?
Mm-hmm.
Who, like, is there a conversation about groceries? Is there a conversation about like, I want to go on this journey for myself? Sorry, I just rammed my finger into that microphone. Um if there are different ways to talk about it, but also clearly he didn't feel comfortable coming to you with it. And I don't blame him for a second for going to his friends, and I don't blame his friends for going to her.
No, she is an awful person.
That's a terrible thing. And I like a weight loss journey is not up to other people.
No, it's not. And you can't make someone do anything.
No. And in 5 years, how old were they? Not even 30. In 5 years, you're going to die from heart failure. Well, is he going to his physicals?
Right.
Is he going to his yearly things where everyone's going to?
Yeah.
Like,
Because here's
hey,
the thing.
that's not up to you.
Yeah, we didn't need his start and end weight. If you would have said, hey, he put on
Nope.
55 pounds, hey, yep, that can be a concern. But just saying his weight without considering any other metrics, like, that doesn't matter. A number is
Nope.
just a number on a scale, to be honest. And everybody
It
is
is.
very different.
If that man is a stocky, because she started with saying he was a sports guy, like he did stuff. So if he's like a big stocky dude, that weight you
Just be
could
normal.
maybe barely tell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he got a little belly now, but who cares?
But she called
know
him
what I mean?
chubby from
Oh.
the beginning. She said a chubby 245.
Oh, chub. I almost stopped reading. I don't know if you could tell. I almost backtracked immediately.
Hey, I think
What
you
a
just don't like that
terrible
man.
person.
You're a bad person. You're
Yeah.
not attracted to him. Let him go.
Let him, because she started it with that, which means I will say there is an update.
Okay.
I will say that means that you started this wanting him to change.
Yep.
You went into this relationship wanting him to change.
Yep.
I forgot about the update, sorry. Okay. Thank you to everyone on here who took their time to respond. I did not expect this to blow up the way it did. So last night I was able to sit down with him and I expressed every single concern I had. I did not hold back anything that I felt. It was a low blow for him, but I needed to be heard at that point, and I said it as gently as possible. I made a point to tell him repeatedly that I still love him and this is not one thing to do with his appearance. It does. But I think we may have hit a breakthrough. With a bunch of exclamation points. Last night, after our talk, he went to the fridge and gathered up all his junk foods, cookies, soda, fudge, ice cream, delicious, and tossed them into a trash bag, which he immediately took out to the curb. I woke up around 3 a.m. and found him sitting at his desk looking at weight loss remedies and exercises, which means he is now doing this on his own. I hope he takes control of this before it is too late. I will continue to stand by him through this journey. Again, thank you all much. Fuck that lady. He's not doing it on his own. You just shamed him into doing it.
No, and also that.
I want to hug this man, and I don't want to do that ever.
And the thing is, he's already setting himself up for a failure in a way. Some people can quit cold turkey, whatever. But you can't label food good and bad. That's what puts you into this category and puts into eating disorders. Throwing away all the sweets, you don't have to do that. That's a waste of food. It's all in rationing or like, setting it out. Instead of maybe having a whole pint of ice cream, you take out a scoop. Like, you don't have to. Yeah, I hope she trips.
So bad. I hope she trips and like falls and like scrapes up a little bit of her face, but not enough where people feel bad for her.
Mm-hmm.
Enough where people look at her but don't ask any questions. Sorry, I get really specific because sometimes I used to say I wish people got hit by a bus, and then I remember that they would get sympathy for that, and I don't want people to get sympathy. So, what a terrible human being. Also, that means that he is just going to sneak it.
Mm-hmm.
And it will now be a secret that he never tells you.
And then he's going to binge, and then he's going to have a different eating disorder. Yep.
Exactly. He's going to have a bad day sometimes. I'll be quick. I am diabetic and have been on like a little weight loss journey in the past year. I slip up sometimes, and I do it knowing I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
And that is with like medical things behind me telling me, hey, just check in on this. And so him tossing out everything, I had 5 gummy bears before I sat down to do this podcast. And that's because some days you need it. And that's what I mean. He's just going to sneak it later. And you are no longer a safe person for him to talk to about it.
Yep.
So you are the asshole. I don't care if those people said not the asshole. All of them said it. I was looking at comments and people were like, nope, you were just being
That's because
blunt.
people hate fat people, and that's all it is.
I do hate fat people.
I don't even know if he's fat. I'm just saying someone who's...
People hate chub, apparently.
Yeah.
But you're blunt in a derogatory way. I'm saying it that way. And you're also the asshole.
You overcorrect from being blunt to just being a terrible person. You're just a bad person. Yeah. Okay. All right, we're heading into our last 2 stories. This title is one I was so excited. So this is the title itself. Am I the asshole for telling my daughter-in-law, for fuck's sake, I have a life and I'm not going to be cookie cutter grandma and I will call the police? Whose grandma's online? the last part of I will call the police is so funny. And I will call the police.
Okay.
Okay. This is someone's boomer grandma, right?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Karen.
Oh my God. Okay. My son and daughter-in-law have been married for around 7 years at this point. They have 2 kids. All of my children are out of the home and living their lives. My husband and I are still working and will probably retire in 10 to 15 years, around 70. My daughter-in-law and I got along much better before the kids came into the picture. They live 30 minutes away and she's always trying to drop them off. I thought my son was in on this, but no. I sat them down and he had no idea this was happening. I showed them many texts asking for me to babysit, and he was under the impression that I only babysit twice this month, not 16 times. Apparently, she has been dropping them off with me to hang out with people, and my son was under the impression she was taking them with her. I started to communicate in a group chat with them so everyone was on the same page. I only respond to her in the group chat, and if she starts to spam me with text about it, I throw a screenshot in the group chat and have my son deal with it. We've talked about it, and it comes down with her wanting her kids to have the same relationship she had with her grandparents. In short, I explained that I'm still working and I will not have that relationship. That I can't have the kids every other day just like she had growing up. We agreed to every 2 weeks to have a grandma day. All good for about a year. My son is now traveling to work and she is at it again. The time difference makes it hard to have him shut it down when it happens. I was home for about an hour when she showed up at my home. She wanted me to babysit when she went shopping. I had enough at this point. I told her, for fuck's sake, I have my own life, that I will not be the cookie cutter grandma she wants, and if she tries to leave the kids with me from now on without my agreement, that I will call the police for abandonment. She called me a jerk and stormed off. My son called, trying to smooth it over and saying I may have gone too far. I have an edit, but what do you think?
I get it. Especially that the mom was doing it behind his back.
Yeah.
I also don't. I think that was just direct.
I will
She
call
had
the
given her
police.
boundary. She had given her boundary, and it wasn't respected.
Oh, okay. So the edit for everyone going on about how he couldn't know. Doesn't he talk to his kids? The kids were 4 months old and 1 3/4 years old when she kept dropping them off. They weren't really talking. The oldest sure could move, but not a big talker. It really hit off when she was pregnant and got even worse when the second one was born.
4 months?
That
Not even 2 years old? And you're leaving both of them? I think that mom's kind of an asshole. I get where she like wants the kids to have the same relationship, blah blah blah. But like,
also, hey, daughter-in-law, that relationship you're describing with the grandparents, that's not normal. I spent a lot of time with my grandparents growing up. They babysat us. They weren't working. And that was the understanding that every day before work, we would get dropped off with them to get picked up, and then we'd go there to school. That's an everyday thing. But was your relationship with your grandparents, daughter-in-law, where your parents abandoned you constantly?
yeah. Did you not get to go anywhere with your parents?
Right. Because we weren't getting dropped off for our parents to go do fun stuff all the time. We weren't dropped off every day for them to go have fun. It was because they were at work and couldn't watch us.
Yes. Yes. I used to go to my grandma's like office while my mom was at work, but like it was because my mom was working.
Yeah.
And my grandma like had a place for us to go. It wasn't mom was out, or I bet a couple times we went because my mom wanted to go out. This was when she was a single mom.
That's like a weekend thing.
Sure.
That's like that wasn't an every single day.
The couple times a month, every other week maybe.
Yeah.
And then the times when my mom was at work. Like that makes sense. That is nuts.
I don't think the grandma's blunt. I think I can just picture this old woman just being like, I'm gonna call the cops.
Like, I have my own life.
I have so much going on.
Good for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, also,
honestly, I'm here for this grandma.
Yeah, this is a 55-year-old, 6-year-old woman who knows that she's going to be working for 10 to 15 more years. Let her be.
And like, hey, she did it. She did it. All of her kids are out.
Please
let her.
Is the daughter-in-law not working?
Right.
What are you doing every day that you are dropping your kids off for funsies?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because she doesn't say it's for work, because I don't think the grandma would care as much. And because she said, because it sounds like the husband must be the one and she must be a stay-at-home mom. So yeah, what are you doing? You're
a stay-at-home mom, which like applaud stay-at-home moms.
100%.
You do you. But 16 out of those 30 days a month, you're leaving your 4-month-old and not even 2-year-old somewhere else. Get a daycare. Go daycare.
Right.
Just that's now an expense. Because also that time for free.
Yeah. No, 100%. Not the asshole. Not blunt. Overall vote. Not the asshole.
Okay, good.
Hilarious though.
That is hilarious. We can stop here if you want to stop at 9.
I do. Are you fine with the mismatched story amounts? I guess next week then we can, or 2 weeks we can have you do the 3 and the 2. Because we moved quickly.
Yeah,
5
this
stories.
is quick. And I think the next ones I have are both a little bit longer than I would originally have.
Gotcha.
So I think it would go past that.
So did this change your opinions on blunt people? Do you feel sad for blunt people and think that they're just honest?
No. No. Anyone who's like, "Oh, I'm just honest."
No.
How about I honestly put my foot in your mouth?
Honestly.
Honestly. Now, I think, again, there is such a difference, and it is your intention behind. It's not even what you say, it's, do you expect to hurt that person's feelings? Or are your intentions hurting someone's,
Yeah.
or not caring if it hurts their feelings?
But you
I think
have to have
directing it.
yeah, the forethought to think about
Yeah.
that too. And I don't think
I
blunt
agree.
normally does.
I don't either. I think that direct, it's like, this might hurt their feelings, but I feel like they should know.
Mhm.
Blunt is, I'm saying this whether or not it does.
Yep.
It might hurt their feelings, but oh well.
Yep.
And that guy, I hate that guy.
Oh, he's
I'm gonna think
actually
about
the
him
worst.
tonight.
And that woman. You know what?
And just,
That guy and the body shamer, they'd be perfect together. They can be insufferable together.
honestly, they would. Ew, what terrible people, but then also the people who, like, they just were direct and they were just saying stuff. Your guy about the homophobic thing.
Please don't bother with that.
Please just don't even bother with it. And then, oh no, maybe I said that a little too rudely.
That was just
like,
that
poor
dude
baby.
and the grandma, they were just setting boundaries. They were pushed into
Oh,
a
they
corner
were.
and setting boundaries. But your body shamer? No.
What terrible human beings.
And then the first guy that you did, he was fine. Yeah, that's great
was
for both
fine.
of you. It wasn't going to work out.
Mhm. But I genuinely think that guy, he was just he was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, I think it's, I don't think his intention was not to hurt feelings, but then when it did, he was like, oh,
I
oh,
know.
oopsies.
I know. And
Oh.
but I also feel like she was definitely fishing to be like, I did the right thing, right? I can't help that I'm attracted to this new guy, right?
Yeah. Some of these, I just want pictures of the people. Please.
Me too.
Please. Please just send.
Also,
Please
though,
just send them to us.
after that meme that was like, the people in these stories are not as attractive as you're picturing them, I always assume everyone's good looking in every single story. I never picture average looking people. Is that not
I think
insane?
I do too. No. Or I picture or I think of like random people. So I pictured the story of the body shamer of just like people in my gym.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like a lady in my gym that kind of looks like, but no one I know. Like I've just seen their
Yeah.
face. There's people like that who, but I think I never thought about that.
After thinking about that and then people being like, these two people in this story are not as attractive as you're picturing them. And then I picture that TikTok of the person that's like, how come all poly people look like that? And then that person's like, what do you mean by that? And they looked exactly like what he meant.
I do have a specific thing in mind of the guy who said that his girlfriend wasn't as hot as his ex-girlfriend.
And he was an
And I think
ugly
that
white
person looks
dude.
exact-
And he's short.
Yeah, he was.
He's 5'7",
Short,
but
and, like-
says he's 5'10".
And like kind of walks like this.
Yes. And
With
he's
his arms out, but he's
Yes.
skinny.
and he's got very red skin tone.
Yeah.
And he doesn't brush his teeth, and he has a little black dot in his teeth that never disappears.
I was just about to
And his
talk about
facial
teeth.
hair is really, really bad, but he doesn't know how to deal
But
with it.
he thinks he thinks
Yes.
he has it.
And he's definitely balding, which there's no shame in balding, but he won't embrace it, so he just wears a hat all the time.
He won't admit it. I could not agree.
He has the American
Genuinely
flag
pretty
tattooed
boy.
on his arm. He's really close to his
Unironically.
mom.
But she doesn't like him.
No, she's a boy mom. Certified boy mom.
Mm. Mm. Someone doesn't like him, but they put up with him.
And he is definitely racist, but he has like one person of color friend, so he says he's not racist.
Yeah, he gets to say that, like, well, I have a friend.
Yep.
And he does.
Yep.
He's just honest, and he has a black friend.
Yep.
So leave that guy alone. Give him a Nobel Peace Prize.
Yes. No, that's this man. He's every American boy. All
Yuck.
right.
Well, on those notes, you just listen to Oops All Opinions. I am that one chick that is Relax. And if you have opinions that differ than ours, they do about those.
Call the police. I'm just kidding.
Call the police.
No, you can argue with yourself. Just be blunt. Just be honest. And if you want to be extra honest, leave us a 5-star review and just be as blunt as possible. Be an honest person in those 5-star reviews. We'll read them.
Yeah. Read them on air.
Ear and mod air. Don't forget to vote.
But
you can pick the topic.
Please vote.
Yeah. But this was a really fun one. So good job, voter.
It was.
Really cute voter, I'm sure.
Super cute voter, but we won't compare them to the
definitely
the
hotter than their ex.
'cause
Well, hotter than your
and-
ex for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Super hot. Hotter than exes. And we will see you in 2 weeks. Reminders.
Okay. Bye.
Bye bye.